So here we are. We've got Bob Kirkwood with me, Karl, HK Laundry Equipment, and Bob has been in the insurance industry, and we wanted to interview you to just talk about laundromat insurance.
Yep.
So Bob, the laundromat business is inherently a cash business, and I know that a lot of people pay employees and sometimes suppliers off the books in cash. What types of difficulties and what types of problems can occur by doing this?
Employee-type coverages, such as workers' compensation and disability, become a real problem. Disability benefits are based on salary, so it's a percentage of salary. I think it's up to 50%. The statutory is only $170 a week. Usually that's not an issue. But the bigger issue is going to be in workers' compensation. Because workers' compensation in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, the benefits have really expanded, and they've become quite substantial. But if someone cannot document that they've been making X amount of money, they're not going to get the kind of benefit that they would otherwise receive if they're hurt and disabled from work. So, excuse me, the biggest problem that we see is really the workers' compensation. Suppliers and vendors, in the event of business interruption, that could have play a real important role, because you're not able to support the kind of revenue that you're really generating, and therefore you're going to really self-insure that when it comes time for a claim. Because without documentation that's objective, rather than just walking in with a roll of quarters, it's difficult.
If I'm a laundromat owner and I've been paying my repairs in cash, I've been paying my cleaning bills in cash, I've been doing everything in cash that I can, reasonably hide, that goes and hurts against me.
Sure,
when I'm looking at business interruption insurance.
Sure.
If I also own the building, okay, but they're under two separate corporations, business interruption insurance would help pay the rent.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
So if I have a below fair market rent for my laundromat, that also hurts me too.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Okay.
So hopefully, again, very often we recommend to folks that when you own the building, you own it in a company that's separate and apart from the operating company, the laundromat company, for liability reasons. Then again, there's rent between. So in addition to the business interruption coverage for the store, the landlord should also have loss of rents coverage, because if he's not operating, the laundromat's not going to be able to pay the landlord the normal rent. So that is, again, a very, very important coverage. I think statistically the insurance companies know that inadequate or no business interruption insurance has killed more entities, more companies, more enterprises than the actual physical loss coverages. So it's that important, especially for small businesses.
Wow, that's a strong statement.
Yes, it is. Yep.
What would be the cost of, workman's comp, let's say per thousand of salary or something?
I would say an attendant will probably run in this, New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut. I would say on average it's going to run between $3 and $5 per hundred. So 30 cents, 50 cents per thousand of payroll. That particular classification is not terribly expensive.
So to really try to cut corners with your attendants, it's penny wise, dollar foolish.
I think so. And it's just a sure bet that if someone does get hurt, you're going to have a problem.
I've actually heard a horror story where this gentleman who owned the laundromat, his brother-in-law was supposed to be the insurance, and he was supposed to get him disability or workman's comp insurance. The employee fell down the stairs and got himself pretty hurt, and unfortunately this guy found out through his brother-in-law that he didn't have insurance, and he's had tens of thousands of dollars in expenses trying to just cover himself.
Yeah. And
it's a bad situation for both parties, and again, just for a little bit of money and lack of ignorance of a brother-in-law, I guess maybe the bottom line here is don't buy insurance through your brother-in-law, but it could have saved him tens of thousands of dollars.
And probably untold discomfort at Thanksgiving dinners.
Absolutely.